Alright, what's up? It's your boy Dwayne G. We back with another episode. This episode 2, season 2, Sessions on the Patio with Dwayne G. And today, I got some special guests in the building. We got Niggas Phoenix. We got Kendrick Fudge. Today we gonna talk about a lot of stuff, you know. Got Davey, he got a new release. Him and Kendrick Fudge, they did a song together. Tell people the title of y'all new song.
It's 316. It's about my son. And it was just a dedication, man. It was a dedication and just kind of a song of awareness. You know, just trying to make people aware. You just gotta listen, man. We gotta change. And one person at a time. So I gotta make it count.
So what inspired you to make the song? What inspired you to make it?
Well, not let my son's life be in vain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted it to count, man. You know, shoot, we go through things in life, so everybody do. But I wanted to make a difference.
I feel you.
I wanted to make a difference.
And sometimes it's important to put it out there. Like, you know, like to put music out there that have that type of substance that's gonna touch on those type of topics and give that type of feeling. Just because, you know, you get the turn up songs, you get all the songs that satisfy the appetites of all the, I guess, fleshly things in a sense that life could offer to a black man, to people in general. So it's refreshing when you get a song that offer a different type of feeling, you know, a different type of subject matter. Since dropping your album, though, you know, like, first of all, what's the because, you know, we did the interview the first time,
right,
and you had just dropped your first album, and so we about 4 months removed from that now.
Right.
How you feel about it?
Man, you know what? Surprised. Not surprised that it's doing well, but just surprised at how far it's reached.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
All right, well, what's some places it's gonna reach?
Man, like Australia, Gambia, shoot, anywhere, man. Anywhere you can think of, man. I was like, man, I mean, you know, I'm nationwide, so I'm all across the states, but, you know, you got somebody listening to your song in Canada. You get what I'm saying? It makes you feel a little different.
Oh, yeah.
And then they go back to it. You get what I'm saying? So it ain't just,
multiple
because you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody, hey, shout out to whoever in Australia that like my music. Because it's going off in Australia. I promise you.
Oh, yeah. And it's like with music now, you never know where you might reach. Like, I was looking on TikTok the other day, and a song I had done called Honey Bun. Like, I did it, I want to say in 2018. And I was just on TikTok, and I just clicked on my music just to see who done did some TikToks to it. And I looked, and it was crazy, like the TikToks that I seen to it that I had no idea they was out there, like that anybody even knew of that song. It wasn't even a single off my album. It was just one of the album cuts.
Right.
And to see that, all right, nice, somebody actually did a TikTok to it. You got people just had a honey bun and just they put the honey bun on camera and play the song. I was like, wow. You know, like, something that's simple.
That's tough right there.
You know. So, Kendrick Fudge, how did you get your start in music? And, you know, tell the people, like, where you from?
I grew up in Warner Robins, Georgia. So I'm a Southern cat myself, man, from Middle GA. So,
Okay.
Yeah, man. Basically came up in church, man. Got started just writing poems when I was, like I was telling you earlier, like when I was a teenager, man, I kind of got into poetry, and then from there, I developed a started kind of singing my horns, and from there just kind of went into becoming a church musician. And I just enjoyed the drum, I just enjoyed the whole choreography, man. So I just jumped on the set one day at 15. Been going ever since. I played a few instruments, not very well, not fluid, but we get there.
Hey, that's pretty. That's what are some of those instruments?
I would say a keyboard, drums, of course, kind of framing on my acoustic guitar. When I say framing, I really mean framing. So, beginners.
Hey, we all be beginners when it comes to this music. Man,
It's about, I believe it's about finding your sound. It's about finding your sound and only return from the beginning. And so you can only get better at it.
And so, like, what were some of your musical influences growing up?
Oh boy, just off the rip. I mean, you know, since I'm a soulful singer, man, I would have to say Sam Cooke. Even to Dave Hollister. Blackstreet.
Chicago 85.
Boy,
That was the one, boy.
he had a song on there where he flipped a gospel song on one of his albums.
Hey.
Boy, it was right before the Girl I Gotta Go. Right before that song came on the video. He flipped that song. Boy, Dave Hollister was the truth, man. People forget about him, man. They sleep on him when they talk about singers.
I was in college when that Chicago 85 dropped, boy.
Yeah, I was in high school.
I remember. Woo.
Yeah.
Carl Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Carl Thomas had everybody wishing they never met the girl.
Yo, no.
Yeah.
You tell you who I jumped on yesterday in the car? Case.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that
Case
first
got
Case-
like the all-time like
Yeah.
wedding song ever.
Case
Like,
he had that. He
Happy
had
Day
a
of an
spot,
Anthem.
man. He had a strong spot for a second.
Donnell
Yeah.
kicked him out. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Chicago though.
That
I mean,
one
the list
Donnell,
goes
that one
on.
Donnell
List
Jones,
goes on.
man, album.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean,
Music Soul Child got busy in their verses too. I told people were arguing with me about Anthony Hamilton versus Music Soul Child, and I told them, I said, Music Soul Child gonna win that. They was like, nah.
He
I
didn't
said,
though.
He did.
No, he did
He
not,
did.
man. No, he
He
did not.
did.
But let me tell you why he did not. Let me tell you why he did not.
Did you watch that verse?
I did. I watched. That's the only one I watched
I
whole.
did. I
He
think
won
look,
that.
Now let me tell you. Let me tell you why he didn't win. He just not. He don't have that Anthony Hamilton voice.
It's different
it's
though.
the soul dog. When you
But-
put,
but no,
when you
no,
put, when you,
No, I'm gonna say this. I'm
when
gonna say this
when
though.
you slap that soul on it.
You right. But I'm gonna say this, it's a different because like with Anthony Hamilton, that's Southern singing versus Music Soul Child, he from Philly. But when I'm talking about like the hits, when they got to doing them hits, that's where people forgot Music Soul Child had got hits.
Yeah, but
Like
look,
now we'll say this. Now I'll say this in a performance standpoint, I'll take Anthony Hamilton
and
all
that's
day.
what I'm telling you.
And it's just because I like Anthony Hamilton's style of singing. Now I might not. Now I keep it real. I like Music Soul Child choice of songs, like his songs.
right.
But I like Anthony Hamilton's style of singing because that style just touches your soul for some reason.
And that's why I'm telling you he won, because it don't matter what Soul Child got up there and said.
Now the crowd was really fucking with Music Soul Child heavy.
I'm
Straight
telling
up.
you they wasn't,
was.
man. You got
They was.
you need to go rewatch
I was
that.
rewatching.
You need to go
Anthony
rewatch
Hamilton
that.
had some moments.
Nah,
but
you need to go
he had some
rewatch
good
that
moments.
because Anthony Hamilton, man. That's why he was out. That's why Buddy came out there to fuck with him.
So I
Remember-
Lucky Day.
Yeah, that's why he
No,
came
no,
out.
he came out there because he remixed his song.
Nah, he was joning
They
them.
got some decent music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like.
Hey, I like his shit.
Yeah.
I like his music. Like he the new wave of R&B. That's him.
Yeah.
That's him.
That new soul.
Yeah, he been. And you know what it is with R&B, man? It ain't that ain't nobody out here singing or singing. What it is, the songwriters that we're used to, that were making the songs that we fell in love with, they're no longer writing songs for these people. The artists are no longer going to those folks. Like, you gotta think, all the songs that you fell in love with, Smokey Robinson wrote it, or Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, or
Keith Sweat.
Babyface, or Keith Sweat. And as much as people like to try to take away from this man, but you can't put his personal stuff to the side. R. Kelly,
All right, yeah, right.
you know, a lot of these, you know, even female songwriters, a lot of these songwriters aren't writing. Missy, a lot of these folks ain't writing for these
Selena
folks.
used to
no
write a
more.
lot too, right? Selena Johnson. Did she used to write a
Yeah,
lot?
she did. Yeah, but a lot of these folks
Carrie
ain't
Lewis
writing.
used to write
Kelly
for-
Price. Kelly Price was writing for a lot of these folks. A lot of these people ain't writing. They ain't the pen behind it no more.
That's all
You
right.
know?
Hey, we're gonna bring some. Hey, I'm gonna help bring some of that back.
And
You gonna
sometimes-
have a little rap in it.
You know,
but-
sometimes the worst thing too with R&B is when an R&B artist write the song.
Yeah.
Sometimes I hate saying that because I feel like if you can
No, I
sing, you
agree.
should be able to write it.
Except Jasmine goddamn Sullivan, man. Hey, listen, let me tell you.
Oh,
Let me tell you, dog.
To me, I always say females make the best R&B
Dog,
music.
Hotel,
Hotel. That what they call hotel.
Hey.
I pronounced it wrong too, but it's hotel.
Hey,
It's like French.
I was just like, it just came on in my rotation one day, man. And I was like, I had to look at the stereo, like, yeah, I gotta go back and listen to this. She showed out. Hey,
Like,
Jasmine
she is
Sullivan showed out,
serious,
man.
bro. I mean, she has my undivided attention. Like, I mean, on every song, I love to hear her sing.
Yeah.
But some songs, it's just I can't help but like stop everything else.
Sometimes
just
I
gotta listen to this.
I wish like certain artists get like a bigger push from like the bigger artists.
Right.
But I understand why.
Right.
Like, you know, like sometimes I be wishing like a Kiki Wyatt would get a bigger push from like a bigger artist. But I understand why. Like, all right, if I give them that push, then they might take my spot because this person can sing, and I can
Right.
sing. But,
Yeah.
but this person can sing.
But let me tell you something. Once you have a base,
Oh yeah. Once
you
you
know
got
what
a
I'm saying. You
following,
gotta be
Yeah.
secure. That's just like
you gotta be secure in your own lane.
let me. That's just like my favorite analogy is to with my artists. I was telling them, right, if somebody offered us to sign anything, I would prefer it with CMG. Yo Gotti make bosses.
Me, I don't really have a preference.
He comfortable with his position, but he make bosses. Think about it. You just,
Yeah. I don't-
close your eyes and look at it.
I get what you're saying, but me, I don't really have a preference. I just prefer the contract be fair.
and that's what I mean.
And that's all. I don't
That's-
care. Like, give me a fair contract. You know, I understand you might get, depending on where I'm at when we sign, you know, I might have to grind it. But see, all I'm asking for is to look in the bag anyway. And so I automatically know, all right, when you sign a deal, if they kind of generating your buzz, you're going to owe them anyway. So then your mindset is to, all right, instead of going by this $20,000 watch, let me put this $20,000 up and put this into my promotion so I don't have to be in their pocket that much for next album so we can recoup.
Yeah.
That way when it's time, when this deal up, you know, now I can come to the table and say, hey, look, all right, I want this and I want a percentage of my masters, or I want my whole masters because I made y'all X amount of money and I made good on it.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
that's fine, but if you go in there and you come in as a boss, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
He bring them in as boss. I don't know what their contract say, but it gotta look good.
Well, see, a lot of them contracts too. Like I give one for Mozzie with him. He already had his own
Right, he got his
thing.
own thing, yeah.
So it was just like enhancement. It
Business,
was almost like with him, what's stopping him from getting to the next step? Okay, that's the point. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna tell you, I feel like this person death kind of fucked it up for a coach because this person might have been the plug just because his business mindset.
Yep.
Yeah, because see,
Okay,
I can
yeah.
easily see Mozzie making that business move with all money in if Nipsey alive versus Yo Gotti, just because the West Coast, but it'll mean to the West Coast, Blood and Crip. It would have been way more if he could have did that, you know, with him versus. It's still gonna mean a lot with Yo Gotti because it mentioned the West. It's putting the West with the South, so it's still gonna be a good thing. I like his music,
Yeah,
but
I do.
let's talk about your music.
Absolutely.
right.
Let's do it.
What you got in the works?
Man. Hey, I got a whole album coming out, man. I said I was gonna do one. Yeah, kind of turned into a full-time thing going on. You know what I'm saying? So
It usually happen that way.
I got one dropping July 19th. It do have some bangers on it. It has the song, 316 on there. But man, we just finished the banger, and I can't wait for the world to hear it. They gotta wait on it, but
You know what the title gonna be yet?
we don't even know yet.
Okay.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
So it's coming soon.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon. The
But
song is done. We just gotta think it through.
With the 316, would you say that's like your most personal track out of all your music thus far?
Most definitely. Because, and that was one thing that I was hesitant about with making music, is that I had to be real. You get what I'm saying?
How long did it take you to make the song?
Oh, it didn't take no time because it was all real. You feel what I'm
Did
saying?
you write it or did you just go in?
Oh no, I have to put it down, man. I have to see what I'm saying, man. I have to make my shit make sense to me. You get what I'm saying? I have to make it make sense to me, so I can get, you really can understand what I'm saying, and you really can get the feeling of what I got going on. You get what I'm saying? So I want you to hear every emotion, every expression. That's how I like to do my music. I don't want you to feel what I'm going through. And like I said, that's why I was hesitant about doing more music, because I ain't making shit up.
I feel like with music, you got to be comfortable with being yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's really what the fan buy into. They buy into being entertained, but they really buy into your lifestyle. What about your lifestyle is intriguing to me? Do I want to be like you? Do I want to emulate anything you do? Is what you're saying captivating me? Or is it just, it just sounds good?
Right, absolutely.
Me myself personally, when I make music, nowadays I try to do a little bit of both, but I'm also, music is easier. It's easier, but it's harder now, in a sense of, because when you got a family, you gotta be careful what you put on record. Because sometimes you want to really express how you feel,
Right.
but you don't want to put your business in
There
the
you
street.
exactly.
You know
there
what
you
I'm
go.
saying?
Your real
Like,
business.
and not for nothing, let's just be real. Like, unless we was just like celebrities,
Right, it wouldn't matter.
it's like, alright, it ain't even worth it to put your business out there like that, because then you letting people in and you ain't even rich. Now, if you rich, then okay, we can talk about,
Right. You probably know that anyway.
even if you don't know it, it'd be like, you could do the lemonade.
Right, there you go.
The 444.
Right.
The in-depth 444.
Right.
When you rich like that.
Because it's gonna get you rich.
Because it's gonna get you richer. But in this case, it almost like I said, the people that hear it, the people that don't know you that hear it, they gonna love it.
Right.
The people that know you that hear it, they okay, that's how you feel. Oh, okay. You could be talking about any situation. You could have a fallout with a family member, and that shit just hurt you to your core. You just like, I'm gonna write about it. Boom, boom, boom. You don't drop no names, nothing. You just writing about it. But now
They know how you feel.
they know how you feel. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like a fine line of, you gotta put yourself into it without necessarily, because you gotta understand, a lot of times your family don't ask to be in the lifestyle.
Right.
They ain't asking to be rappers.
Right.
They just like, all right, this what you gonna do and you get rich, all right, we with it. But we really don't want to be on TV.
There you go.
Well, the kids might, but
Right.
and really some of them don't. They just be like, we just want the benefits from it.
There you go.
I can go to the mall and ball all day.
Right.
I could get what I want, go to the finest schools,
There you
drive
go.
the best car.
There
They
you
want
go.
the benefits of it. They
Right.
don't really want, they don't want to be out there.
And then another thing is, let me tell you, I redid a song, right? Well, I was going to re-record it anyway, because I had to get the words together, all that, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was going to clean up the song anyway. but I took my daughter with me. So I changed so many words in that song on the spot while I was actually saying it because I could not. It was just certain things I was not gonna say in front of my baby.
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it does, like having a family really does change it. Like I changed the whole, like I changed.
It made me a better rapper having kids.
Yeah,
Just cause sometimes you have to know how to say stuff to where they don't get it right away.
yeah.
They'll get grown and be like, "Oh, daddy, you boy, you a motherfucker." But you know, right now they don't know what you're saying because it's metaphors.
Right.
You know,
And
so
I think about that too.
it make you be a better lyricist. You know, if you care. But see, nowadays too, I'm one of them dads that I be real with my kids, like, cause not for nothing, I'd rather you find out from me than find out from the world. And I think sometimes us as parents, we be scared to let our kids see that, like to know about like that side. We want them to think that we perfect all the time. And the fact of the matter
They
is,
think it's perfect all the time.
the fact of the matter is we not. Like a lot of times, like I told my kids like my shortcomings in life, like as far as like what I've been through, like coming up, running wild in the street, stuff like that. Just cause I want them to know what they gonna run into. All this shit is recycled. Your granddaddy went through it, your daddy went through it, your mama went through it, your grandmama went through it. It's all recycled shit in different forms.
There you go.
It's like the thing is, what I wanted to do different with my kids versus what my parents did with me, I wanted to tell them about it first.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's a.
I ain't want them to just find out about it, because this cell phone, that's a powerful tool nowadays. Like when we wanted to know something, we either had to find out from somebody in school, find a videotape without the label on it, or you know what I'm saying, that you had to find stuff like that.
You would find.
Hey, shoot, it was what it was,
VHS.
that VHS.
It ain't got no name, it ain't got no
Ain't got no
words
label on it. Hey, boy, what?
Black
Sure.
magic mark or something.
Luckily, I mean, I say I ain't no finding my parents' house though. Like, I would, go to my folk house,
Right.
and I kidnap, I they have it, and I be like, all right, put this in my bag. So I know they be looking for that shit for months. I never return it. I never return it.
No.
Like,
Because if you do,
you do.
Yeah, they gonna trick you.
yeah.
Yeah.
After a while, they knew that. After a while, they knew. You
They
know.
had already used it though.
I just kept it in the shoebox with some shoes on it, over.
They had already used it. They was crazy.
Oh yeah, it was great. They got more. So
Yeah.
when I went over there, they had new ones. Oh, okay, bet. Really, y'all gonna give me a whole supply. I just need about 2 of them, really. So 2 tapes have about 6 hours, about 19 hours worth of footage. Shoot. You really ain't gonna look at them about the couple of best scenes and that.
Right, there you go, cause you go, hey,
See,
you
a lot
go
of
fast.
other shit be just bullshit. Like, I don't care about the piece of man delivering it.
Nothing,
Like,
man. Hey,
I don't care about her being a nurse. Like,
Right.
get to it.
Hit
Like,
that fast forward button,
hit that
man.
fast forward. That's what you gonna do.
For real, boy.
But yeah, like I think it's important, like to tell your kids about shit before they find out about it. Because usually how they find out about it ain't the best way.
Right, yeah.
Like,
Never the best way.
They don't never, like, even in, like, you ask, the different phone, intelligence things, questions, and, you ask it from a kid perspective, it's going to give what they ask, versus, if they ask you, you might know what they trying to get to.
Right.
And be able to get to the core of it, whereas they done looked it up and got all the correct wrong information. It be correct, but it be wrong at the same time.
Right. It ain't what they looking for.
It ain't what they looking for.
It's what they ask, but not what they looking
for.
Yeah, it is. I try to be real, man. I'm telling you, man, my baby, man. She 5, but she's so smart, and I just try to keep everything real with her, and I get in trouble about it, but it is, man. I mean, because at the end of the day, I want her to be able to know and just be able to be like, all right, then cool.
You can't
I
shoot
understand.
a kid.
And I gotta keep moving. I don't want her to stay stuck on that. Hey, keep it moving. If you love it, hey, you better come with you. Other than that, you gotta be able to, especially bad stuff, you gotta be able to let that stuff go. And you can't get too high, because once you get high, you still gotta keep hustling. I gotta stay high.
You gotta stay up.
So, you know, I know that's difficult for a 5-year-old, but she understands. I can guarantee you that.
Do you think as a parent, like so far, both of y'all parenting journey, do y'all think y'all do a good job of listening to your kids?
I definitely am improving. That's something that I've had a conversation recently with my children. I'm just starting to see a little bit of me and how you respond and how you react to me. Based on how I say something to you. And I say, like you talk that I might use. And I'm starting to trying to read their body language well enough now to understand that I got to tone it down. I got boys and then I got my girls.
I don't think it's necessarily toning it down. It's teaching them how to direct it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's redirection. Because see, you are who you are, and so because you ain't toned it down, like in a sense, you are who you are, and they a reflection of that. So it's like I just gotta teach you how to channel it because I learned how to channel.
Oh man, that's the hard.
That's what we're working on. That's great that you say that because the words fit.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
I learned wording and everything with kids.
It is, man.
Like exactly like what, like how you like saying something, like telling versus asking.
Yeah.
Like it's literally a
And
difference.
listen, we didn't get asked.
We got told.
We got told. But like you said, you learn it, and I'm glad you said that too because you said it's a progress. Because I was gonna say terrible. Because I will say something and think about it, and then I have to go back and be like, look, well, this is what I meant by that. I'm at that stage. I'm at that. I gotta still go back. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna say soon, and then I forget.
I have to do it all the time. And I ask my kids the other day, just like they kind of caught the attitude. I told them, do something that I've kind of already been getting on to about. So, you know, I asked them just like, what this is.
Some people laugh at me because like I'm the type of parent. I whoop you and I explain why I whoop you. If I put you on punishment, I'm gonna explain why you on punishment. Like
You still whoop?
I got one that's still whooping age. Like she 9. So like I ain't, but I'm gonna be real with you. I gotta be real mad to whoop. And I ain't know, you know me, I'm a happy-go-lucky person. So like most of the shit my kids do this bad on the real, it come.
That's why I asked you.
It be funny to me sometimes.
That's why I asked you.
But it do get to a point where when they hit them teenage age, when they hit the teenage age, that shit seem personal. Like, and like just like how you say sometimes the reflection of yourself, you be like, that's how I used to come off. Oh, now I understand why my mama dropped my ass. Why my dad was ready to, go in on me. Okay.
Hey, I tell my wife this shit. I be like, look, she be like, oh, I used to give my mom. I'm like, listen, you gon' get it back. Let me tell you why I know you get it back. Because I seen my mama go through it, my sister. I seen my sisters go through it, what they doing. You get what I'm saying? Because one of your kids, and it's usually the second one, is gonna act exactly like you.
Well, they say the first daughter is always her daddy. The first son is always the mama. Just being real. Personality-wise.
Yeah.
Now, the look-wise might be on point, too, like, sometimes. But most of the time, personality-wise, the first son is always the mama. That first daughter is the daddy. And whichever one be the second, be a mixture.
And that's exactly how it is now. But my daughter, man.
I'm telling you, both my kids, they different versions of me. Like one of my daughters, she real quiet, and I ain't quiet. Cause she's the same. We the same type of goofy. And then the other one, I was thinking about that too. I was like, I thought someone running up.
No.
Oh, okay.
Y'all scared? I'm just scared,
Shit,
man.
hey, we gotta retreat.
Hey, we gon' retreat cause they big. Hey, we gon' retreat cause they big.
I got the Anthony Edwards jersey on. I feel like I can fly. Shit, I'm gonna jump over something. Shit.
Hey, cause we moving. I'm gone. I'm like,
Ant-Man, yeah, that's me. I'm gonna be flying in this bitch.
hey, but when I come back out, we ready.
Oh yeah.
We blowing the house down.
We got some cooked dog.
Well, what? And hey, I got enough for everybody.
Be some Mongolian pit bull. But not like, and then like my youngest daughter, she real like she a people person. Like she literally, that's my personality. And it be like the same type of trouble I got into in school. That's her. I tell her every morning, mind your business. But that's her. She a female, so it get a little bit more trickier than it was with me. But I grew up in a house full of females, so I just had to pop off just cause if you don't say shit, you ain't getting hurt. Like it's 6 women in the house. You ain't getting come on. They running everything. You just have to kind of get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
With me, that's how that taught me patience with my daughters though. Taught me patience with all my kids, cause I had to just learn how I ain't gotta go 0 to and I ain't a 0 to 100 person anyway. I don't go that fast like I did, I kind of think shit before I just and so I always try to talk to them. I let my wife, she gonna go in on it. So I just be like, you can take this, I'll become calm with you. Let you know you're wrong. You're gonna be on punishment, but I'm gonna be calm with you. Your mama get a hold to you. Or I help your soul. Right?
It's the opposite.
When she get a hold to him, I walk away. I'm gonna go outside and smoke my blunt. Y'all did this to yourself.
My wife, she was sitting there and text my son,
Yeah, hey, but you have to do that with the boys, though.
I have to teach them how to respect. Sometimes they too
Masculinity.
So it's like, sharing one space. God has been good, He blesses us. We got a nice home, nice house. But at the same time, just tell my wife, we are going this house already. We've been here almost 3 years. So it's like seeing the kids, it's just like, man, we want our own space. I gotta step my game up.
Yeah, they put pressure on you.
Oh,
And a lot of times people don't
But
understand,
at the same time, just like you said, it's a valuable point that you just said, not to interrupt, but just to interject. I respect what you said, because there's so much quality in things whenever you find in that place. You understand why you do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have a discipline, but they get it.
yeah. And I'm
They get it.
gonna
they
tell you
love
what it
you
is too.
They love you even more when you do it.
The reason why I do that too, a lot of stuff they ain't gonna get right now, it's gonna catch their ass when they get grown.
That's what I'm saying.
That's your job too.
And they gonna be like, man, I don't know where this came from, why I'm like this, how this got in me. Oh, I remember my daddy said this, boom, boom, boom. My daddy said that, boom, boom, boom. Like it be that type thing. So that's why I sit down. Sometimes me and my oldest daughter, we just, when she go to school some morning, we have like the realest conversation about whatever. And I just be, that's just, I tell her, I'm like, man, I'm gonna ride with you. At the end of the day, and I ain't gonna.
We find kids and all for my babies.
Even if it ever get, even if
we
it's
find
like,
kids and all for my babies.
Exactly. Even if we fall out, you still mine.
Well, what?
Like, I'm still gonna pull up for you. If I see somebody jumpy, they getting 2-piece. I ain't riding past you. I'm like, it's still mine.
Remember their ages too. Even though he's 13, he got the 11-year-old, 7-9-year-old. I have where they are in life.
I just say you have to
So
change your.
I
You
have
be.
to change that.
Ooh,
You know, each
that's
time.
work.
It's a tier changer.
Right.
And each kid different.
You know, each
Understand
kid is
it.
different. Bro,
Each one of them
Oh
different.
my
Like,
God.
so it
But
might
I'll
work
tell
on
you-
the 13-year-old when the
tell you-
9-year-old get 13 might not work on them.
but I can't avoid Princess. She's all that's
See, that's gonna help her in the end though.
But she cleaved so close to me, you know,
Yeah.
she ain't never left. You know, and that's my fault. My oldest daughter. So we met. So, you know, it's so we grown men. You know, you ain't no, we ain't got no excuses.
Yeah, you can't have none, man. Cause the baby can't take no excuse. The baby ain't gonna want no excuse, man. They are.
Situations arise. You know,
Yeah.
some things might be out of control, out of your reach. And I say that to be serious. What you can control, do the very best thing right.
You gotta try to go get it. If you don't try, you gotta try.
Really, in our relationship, like kids, your significant other, communication. And a lot of times people think it is the lack thereof. And a lot of times it might not be the lack thereof, it might be how you communicate.
Right.
Because you can talk, both of y'all can talk all day, but if I don't like how you talk to me and you don't, and vice versa, you know, we hearing each other, but we ain't really listening.
That's old man told me this a long time ago. I was in my 20s, right? And I was on the phone with my girlfriend at the time. And we was arguing. I'm talking about and I'm mad. I'm talking thigh high. He was like, hey man, why you yelling with her? I said, cause she made me mad. He said, look, don't argue with her. Because if both of y'all yelling, don't nobody got no sense. Ain't nobody listening.
Ain't nobody
If we both
hearing that.
yelling, can't nobody listen.
It's like two sound systems going at each other.
Ain't nobody listening.
Can't even understand what one playing.
You ain't trying to.
You know.
You ain't hearing me.
One got the newest T.I. song, one got the new Jeezy back in 06, and they both playing on some 15s as loud as they can. You can't even hear shit. All you hear.
And look,
That's all you hear.
but look, now I get in trouble for the opposite. Because once I understand, I stop talking. And I get, you ain't gonna say nothing else. Well, I understand your point of view now.
Are
So
you
I'm
the-
cool.
Are you the listener in your relationship, or are you like?
No, we listen. We both listen. I ain't gonna lie, we both listen. We both try to understand. We might be hot at the beginning, but we both have.
Now, I understand it's a difference between listening, like, cause some people listen to rebuttal.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Because we'll come back to it. We understand it. So that just shows me that we both were listening, but we both trying to get that point across.
Yeah.
But you heard what I said, and I heard what you said. So we're able to come back and be like,
Yeah.
we're able to find that we always able. That's what has worked for us. We've always been able to find that middle ground, no matter what we argue about. And I mean, we done had some real.
That's cool.
And we learned in the beginning, you don't say nothing you can't take back. Words stick with you. I don't care what nobody say. You can say, oh, that shit that hurt me. But it'll be 2 years down the road. You'll
With
be
a
like,
man,
"Ooh."
with a man, it stick with a man just because our pride be on a whole nother level.
Yep.
So if anybody say anything that kind of damage that, and you kind of don't respond back how you feel like you should, which usually with your significant other, you don't respond back how you want to,
Right.
just because that's your significant other.
Right.
And if you really a man and your moral compass is right when it comes to that, you
Yeah,
definitely
you know,
don't go that route. You don't
Right.
cross that line.
Right.
So, you know, you be kind of like, you know, sometimes you feel like you get pumped out. You be like, man, I should have, in your mind, you be like, I should have said whoop, 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 whoop. But then you think about it. All right, what is it worth? Is it really worth it to hurt her feelings or hurt your significant other feelings? Just to feel like you won the argument.
me
Because
tell you
at the
something.
ultimate, you don't win the argument. Because like
you lose.
Because
You lose every
most
time.
men, this difference between men and women that I learned. Like, you get to arguing with your wife, for instance, right?
Mhm.
She gonna go by her day. Food gonna get cooked, clothes gonna get washed. I don't know why I just related that to women as far as food and cooking, but we just, I don't mean to sound sexy. I'ma say this. You get to arguing with your wife, she's still gonna go to work. She's gonna go about her day. She gonna speak to all her coworkers.
Right.
If she the speaking type,
Right.
if she ain't the quiet type, they ain't gonna know nothing wrong. Ain't nothing gonna be thrown off. Now us men, let your significant other be mad, and she mess up your day, like in a sense, like, or let's not even say she mess up your day. She just mad at you, and it's affecting. It's tension.
Yeah.
You can't even work throughout the
Yeah.
day. You'll work, but your mind, you ain't even focused.
It's just,
Like
jacked up.
your boss looking at you like, man, what's going on, man? You slacking, man.
Whole day be funky.
You usually move 9 boxes today. You only don't move 2 today,
You
man.
be
Like, you ain't even been talkative with the customers today, man.
Hey,
Whole day be messed up.
I used to work in the office.
jacked up.
I argue with my girlfriend. I go in the office and wouldn't say nothing to nobody. I sit in my cubicle.
Take it out on the coworkers, everything.
Mad as hell in the cubicle, mad as hell.
You'll take it out on coworkers and everything. Don't talk, man. I don't feel like being bothered today. The show talking to me. Like, you be ready to cuss out everybody. Like, because your woman mad at you.
That's why.
But if it's the other way around, you can be mad at your woman. And it don't mean that she care about you less.
right.
It just means that she just know how to channel that shit.
Right.
And I don't know how they know how to do that, but they just do. They'll keep going.
right. Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Let me tell you what helped me out too, man, and that's what I try to incorporate too, is that my wife's father is a very knowledgeable man, and one thing, and that's what I want to be, right? If we disagreed in something early in our relationship, she would call him and be like, "Hey, let me get your perspective on this," and it'll always come back just like I said. You get what I'm saying? So I think, and I don't know about anybody else's relationship, but I think building a healthy relationship also means making sure it's respect. You get what I'm saying? Even if you have to earn that respect, it's respect. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's why you don't say what you want to say, because you respect her. You know what I'm saying? You respect your situation. Because a person that didn't care, I'm throwing it all out. You get what I'm saying? And I used to be that person that I'm trying to cut you. I'm talking about, I want it deep. I want you to never forget what I said.
I don't know. I ain't never really been that type of person.
I'm killing ants with sledgehammers. I used to be nasty.
I'm type. I be like, all right, once it's like that, I just be like, all right, just leave me be.
I want to hurt you.
Nah, I'm type now. As long as you leave.
I'm not like that anymore.
Like a person, like, and I'm talking like in a relationship for like past girlfriends, things of that nature. They could hurt my feelings as long as they leave me alone. My bad. As long as they leave me alone, I'm straight. Like, just don't antagonize me. Like, that's what I don't like to antagonize. Like, like, leave me be. You don't cuss me out and say whoop whoop whoop. Leave me be. My feelings hurt. Let me be over here. I'm good, because I guess me growing up with a lot of women, I'm good at arguing. Very good at it. Like, because I'm a listen first, and then that's where I'm gonna go with it. Like, I'm always a defensive person. I'm a react.
They help me out too. Growing in a house full of women.
Because you gotta listen to them, because they detailed. Like, my mama would say something, and like, you might think you heard it, but if you ain't hear it, that could be detrimental. Like, that could be an ass whooping. If she told you to sweep the kitchen floor before you cleaned up the bathroom, and she walk in the kitchen and the kitchen dirty, and she about to cook. You know what I'm saying? She just told you. Now you getting your ass whooped because you in there clean out the bathtub. she told the dumb ass to sweep the kitchen floor first, but you know, you want to listen,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So it was just stuff like that. Like I learned to be a listener. Like, but I'm good at the argument, you know. You gotta be. I grew up in the hood. Like, you can't. The verbal game gotta be on point. Like, you know, sometimes the verbal game keep you out the physical. You know.
Hey, it does, man.
You know.
Hey, that's for real, man. That's why I got the game from my mama, man. That's why I think I know I don't understand women all the way,
Hell no, you can't.
but I relate,
Man,
because I
listen.
just think back to my mama.
When you can't understand women all the way,
And a woman ain't understand.
no, because women a lot of times don't understand themselves all the way. And I don't mean that
I'ma
to
leave that
sound.
one
I don't
alone.
mean that to sound sexist,
I'ma
but a
let
lot
you
of
jump
times,
with that one by
nah,
yourself.
a lot of times,
hidden trauma.
yeah, a lot of times they don't really understand all the way.
Yeah, but we do too.
Yeah, I ain't saying we understand ourselves clearly either.
Like I can guarantee you, all
Women
of
be
us
more
suffer-
sure of themselves than we are. Though.
All of us suffering from
We know our
PTSD.
Yeah.
All of us suffer from PTSD.
I'm gonna say women be more sure of themselves than men are of us, because most women grew up with a mama. Most of the black boys didn't grow up with daddy in the house.
This is all.
You know, you might have to go see dad on the weekend, but it's just a different vibe when daddy does 7 days a week. It's different. I notice in my kids' actions, it's different that I'm around 7 days a week versus when I was growing up and my pops didn't stay in the house with me. He was still a good daddy, but he just stayed in the house with me. But you know, it's different stuff that you lack. Like, you don't see how a man move, how, you know, it's certain stuff that you
It
need to take on, that you need to take in as a man, like sit and observe.
Yeah.
That, you know, women carry themselves different.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
women are more.
Right.
A
Yeah,
lot of
absolutely.
times, especially if you grew up in a house with full of like women that's chatty a lot, and you're a male, you're around chatty women. That's all you see. You take on that. That's why sometimes you run into men and you be like, man, you running around like a female. You know, I want to say something else, but you run around like a female. Like, you know, and that be because a lot of times they grew up in that environment where that's what they saw. Versus now they daddy, for instance, might not even be that type person. He might be just, you know, quiet, you know, peep the scene, you know, that type person, you know. But because, you know, he didn't get to observe that on a daily basis, you know, he don't know. Cause you gotta think, sometimes you might go over your daddy house on the weekend and you ain't in your daddy face 24/7.
But you might take it to grandma's house.
He might gotta go to work.
You got to see your auntie.
Yeah, y'all might visit everybody.
Right. There
You know,
go.
it's that type of stuff. So you ain't really got time to observe versus
Right.
when you at home with your mama, you seeing how she move, how she do everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know the schedule.
Right.
You know her mannerisms and all that stuff. You know
That's true.
the
That's
whole routine. So it's like females have more of a roadmap who they are just because they
Oh,
see.
right.
Like, you know,
And that's
think
true.
think
That's
about
true.
it. Like, a lot of women sometimes when they be on their cycle, a lot of people like, man, women be having attitudes and all that stuff. And you know, and then you got some women who don't. Some of the women who don't have attitudes like that, they probably grew up around women that didn't have an attitude when they was on their cycle.
Well-
And then you might got some of the ones that do have the attitude on their cycle because they grew up around women and
Well,
they
I
saw
don't-
that.
I don't think
You
that's
know.
it.
Now sometimes
So-
it might be that painful too.
No,
and
I
it's
just about to say I
hormones.
think it's because
And it's hormones
But
too.
each one is
right.
different.
Yeah, each woman
But
is
some
different.
of like the actions, like just the actual actions, some of that be taught.
No, that's behavioral. Yeah, absolutely. That's learned behavior.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff is learned behavior. Like that's like you said. You said I grew up around a lot of women, and I was the baby. So once my brother 9 years older than me,
She
he
do.
jumped off the porch running. You get what I'm saying? He was ducking and dodging. So you know, I was in the house with 2 sisters and a mom. All I know is woman.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But that's what actually needs to change. Is that men should see men do men things. Like for real. And the reason when I used to think like, man, my mama taught me everything I need to know.
But sometimes men got a man up too though.
Yeah, no, listen. I thought, you know, my mom taught me everything I need to know. I got coaches. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. One thing made me realize what you just said was very important. My homeboy went to change his brakes, right?
I don't even know how to change brakes.
And he said, well, no, I'm sorry, he changed his oil. Either way, hell, I don't know how to change no oil, right? I can change the brake, but oil, shit, hell no. He changed the oil, and I said, you know how to change your oil? And we in college. He matter of fact, he like 19, you get what I'm saying? I'm like, you know how to change your oil? He like, yeah. I'm like, he like, my dad had taught me. And I was like, that's it right now.
But you know what? Sometimes it's all the daddy give you certain stuff. Like
for me, that was it.
Like feels like my dad didn't teach me like how to do like no manual shit like fake shit or nothing like that.
Right.
But my daddy taught me to be a thinker.
Yeah.
Cause he always was on me. Cause like as a kid, I was a high head. Like I go 0 to 100 in 2 seconds, probably less than that.
Right.
You know. But he always taught me as a black man, you gotta think before you act. You gotta think before you speak. You gotta. So now it's just be like, before I say stuff, I try to, you know, really think it through before I, you know, it helped me in my relationship, in my marriage. Like, you know, it's certain arguments that I just will like. The thing about it is because me and my wife, we've been together like 16 years. So it's like, shit that I look back at some arguments that we had in the past that I just walk right into them shit like dead ass, and I might even started it on accident, but just walk right into that shit, you know. Now I be like, I peep the whole scene. Now I be like,
You read the room.
Sometimes it gets started, and I just change the whole atmosphere. Like, all right, I'm listening. That's what I hear. I'm listening. Yeah, okay. So you want me to do this and do this? Okay, you got it. All right. Because, you know, at a certain point, it's like, all right, cool. Like, I don't want to argue. And what you might be asking ain't probably the hardest thing to do. Like, it's not like you asking me to build a mountain. Like, all right, you know, okay, cool. Now, understand that. Sometimes I have to say, look, it's going to take some time, so I'm going to need you to be patient. Like, to be patient with me.
They're real life.
Like,
They're real life.
Keep it real. Like, because sometimes us as men, we can give off because we feel like we supposed to, I can do it. I'm the man. I got it, you know. So sometimes you gotta be real and be like, look, baby, hey, look, I need you to bear with me.
I'm gonna get it though.
I'm gonna get it, but you know, if you can help me get it faster, let me know. But I'm gonna need a little patience, you know. And you know, and this just be being real, because sometimes you don't. Us as men, we feel like we need to be Superman, but you know, all you really just need to do is be a man. You ain't gotta be super. You gotta be a man. You know, being a man is understanding. You know, protecting. You know, being there. You know, not just being there. So some men think I'm here, so I'm the job done. You gotta be present. You can be there and not. You gotta be more than present. You gotta be active, because present just means the same thing as being there. I hate when people say you gotta be present. No, it's the same thing as being there. You gotta be active.
One of my homeboy gave me the best analogy. Exactly what you said. He was like, man, you can be in somebody's life and really not be in their life. He was like, man, that account has to be active.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Like
it can't be no dead account. That account has to be active. It has to be moving.
It's like a Facebook or Instagram that you never post to. You might have 1 million followers on there, you ain't got not one picture on there. So how you supposed to engage? You just been there. You ain't engaged. You just been there. You know, you page watch. That's all you doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you got, you know. And I think us as men, that's important. That, you know, that we move in that boundary, you know. Because like I said, this song 316, when I was listening to it, I was like, you know, it sound like conviction.
Yeah.
Like you coming to grips with what is, and the fact that you can't change it, you're not making no excuses. You know, some people gotta think life is being unapologetic. No, you need to apologize sometimes. It's about not making excuses. You know, people, I live life unapologetically. Yeah, dang, you probably fucked over a lot of people.
Right.
Right. You with your unapologetic ass.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
no, sometimes you need to say I'm wrong.
Right.
Forgive
Absolutely,
me.
man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that frees you.
That free, like
Forgiveness
it
is for you.
frees you. You know,
Yeah,
like
forgiveness is for you. It's
you
not,
know,
it's not for the, it's
hey,
not for the
man.
recipient.
who want to walk around with an op all day? Like you know, like sometimes you just gotta, you know, let it go. You know, and like I said, it's about, like I said, a lot of people want to be, it's unapologetic. Nah, you gotta be apologetic. You know, and that's freedom. You know, and that's ultimately what you want in life as a man. You want to be free. You want to control your destiny to a certain degree. You realize God, if you got any type of belief, God controls it ultimately. But you want to feel like you control what you can control.
Right.
You know, and that's part of being there.
And that's what the song was about, man. It was really about putting my feelings out there and just, you know, like you said, coming to grips, man, and understanding. It's really understanding and trying to help other people. Because that's the biggest thing, man, is you want to, and you know what, he's not going to be the first. He wasn't the first one, he's not going to be the last. But if enough people can listen to the song and really understand their kids, man, like that's the whole second verse is talking to the parents. Like, we really have to have a understanding of our kids. And that's basically the conversation we just had. It's understanding our kids, man, and being better men, being better people, and there you go, evolving and not letting it happen to the next one. You get what I'm saying? That's really what the song is about, not letting it happen to the next one. So if I can save one person, I really would like to save more. I really would like to save them all, but I know that's not possible.
Well, you know what? You say it ain't possible, but and you right, but it kind of is. Like, you say all that you were supposed to.
There you go. Awareness.
You know, like you said, you never know who might hear this song. You never know. It's worldwide. Like,
Yep.
once it's out worldwide, it's worldwide. Like, so, you know, cause we about to wrap this up. When will the song be dropping worldwide for everybody to check out?
It's out now.
Okay,
It dropped yesterday.
Is it out on all streaming platforms?
All streaming platforms.
Okay, the name of it is 316.
316.
316 by Niggas Phoenix, Kendrick Fudge. And Kendrick Fudge, before we get out of here, tell the people where they can find your projects, tell them where they can follow you at on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. One Prodigal Son. You can follow me on IG, One Prodigal Son. It's my election. My music is on every platform. Look for my latest albums, old seasons. You know, I've been doing music for a long time. I love it. I'm passionate. It ain't going nowhere. So I'm thinking every day we just gave me more practice. So, you know, I'm ready to go. Check out my music. Or you can Google my Kendrick Fudge. Got a couple albums up there. The first one is Solar System. The latest one is Seasons. All platforms. Title out.
Y'all make sure y'all follow Kendrick Fudge on all the streaming platforms, all social media. You said One Prodigal Son?
Yeah, One Prodigal Son.
Okay, One Prodigal Son. Follow Niggas Phoenix on all social media at Niggas Phoenix. Also, you can find all this music on all streaming platforms at Niggas Phoenix. Till next time, you guys, I am the One G, and hopefully this podcast really educated and helped y'all, you know, this episode, and actually, you know, gave you knowledge, you know, of what being a man is, and what you know, 3 different type of men from 3 different lifestyles, you know, things that we go through, and being men and being artists in the industry and moving around. So, you know, until next time, y'all keep it locked. Sessions on the patio with the One G. Peace.